I'll start by saying that every individual deals with trauma in their own unique way. When trauma has been shattering, it can cause the individual to withdraw and disengage from life and have many phobic responses, which, by the way, is completely natural. It's our brain's way of protecting us. So we all know about the phobic response, avoidance of an object, person, animal, or situation due to aversion, anxiety, or even terror. Sadly, untreated phobias can shrink people's lives due to the ongoing and often increasing avoidance of said things. But what about the counterphobic response? Well, again, it's a trauma response, but it's a phenomenon that occurs when the individual engages with life with a ferocious intensity, causing them in some cases to go towards danger rather than away from it, in an unconscious attempt to gain control over their original trauma or traumas. Most often, the individual is unaware of the reason they are doing this until they become conscious of it. Often the dangerous things that the counterphobic individual goes towards are repetition and representations of the original traumas. For example, if you grew up in a home with violence and you knowingly enter into violent situations or violent relationships in an unconscious attempt to create a different outcome. This also links in, of course, with us always going for what feels familiar over what feels good and comfortable. We seek the teeth that bit us. There are a number of reasons why an individual might develop counterphobia. One theory is it's a form of self-protection where the individual is trying to prove to themselves that they can handle the feared stimulus and that it's not as dangerous as they initially thought. This can be especially true for individuals who have experienced many traumatic events, as they may be trying to regain a sense of control over their lives, understandably. It's a nuanced subject, but there are milder forms of counterphobia that are, of course, good for you in building resilience, facing your fears and taking healthy risks to recover, which is very different from your fight and flight signals being mixed up and knowingly going into dangerous situations and relationships that could harm you. The most important thing to do, as always, if you're concerned about being phobic or counterphobic, is work with a trained professional.